Do you enjoy the streaming more than the YouTube side?
So I don't stream anymore.
Really?
At all. No. Well, no, I did stream like last week for like a tournament. But yeah, so had the streaming deal with YouTube that came to an end. That was a 2-year deal. Came to an end in November. That's when I took my break. I took like a month off everything. And well, aside from power and all that stuff going on there. But yeah, I don't. Streaming for me is hard. Like, would you like to go stream 2 to 3 hours of Fortnite solos right now?
That's why, Lachlan, there was a point in my life where I would stream 18 hours a day and still want to stream more. Okay. Knowing that, all right, I'm exhausted. I can sleep for 6 hours or 5 hours and wake up again and do this again. And I would do it every single day. And I loved it. Okay. And
because you did the pro stuff, like you qualified FNCS. Like,
yeah. I qualified for like every heat that I played. Okay. And then the ones that I was uncontested, I made grands, and the ones that I was contested, I didn't. But it was streaming. It was streaming that I enjoyed. Right. And Fortnite was the game that was fun to do it. You know, I'd play scrims for 18 hours, like whether it was pro or zone rules. No, they were fun. They were like zone rules scrim. You know, you can chill, talk to your chat, and then you play the fun part of the end. It was just like a real, like, you could just play forever. And then I got to the point, my final Fortnite stream before I did the whole shift in content, I got on and I promised my stream like an 8-hour stream or some shit.
Bro, how the fuck you guys cranking out 8-hour streams?
I got on, Lachlan, and I played 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I said, chat, sorry, I can't do this. And I got off.
I remember that day. He kept telling me the day before, he's like, I'm going to be on for 8 hours tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. And then like 4 hours in or something, he comes over and he's like, you want to get food? I'm like, what?
And I got off. I couldn't do it. And then I hopped on Battlefield to see if that would save my desire for it. And I was like, it was in the beta. It was when they did the beta for 2 days. And I said, this is the worst fucking game I've ever played.
It's so bad.
It really is not good. Like, I played that the other day. I was on for half an hour. I was like, oh, Tornado, cool. Bye. Like, just...
So, yeah.
And that cost a lot of money, too. Like, shit.
And I forgot to refund it.
Hey, they need it, dog. They need it. All right.
Yeah.
So that's to answer your question. No, it got hard to do that.
I love Battlefield, by the way. Like, I played the shit out of Battlefield 3. Like, that shit went crazy for me. Battlefield Bad Company 2. But like, these last ones been a bit of a...
Right. So that's the answer to your question. But now that I've found streaming that I enjoy again, I could go for 15 hours. You know, I could do a 24-hour stream. It doesn't matter. So
Fortnite.
No, not Fortnite.
Yeah, IRL.
No, it's hard to do the Fortnite now. Is it because we're burnt out, or is it because the game's in that state?
It's just like you've played the game a lot of times where it's like it's so predictable. And I would play pubs. You would maybe play arena. I couldn't play arena. Like, just tilt.
Yeah,
tilt
I can't play pubs.
Stream snipers. Yeah, it's just like I like. But
You're right.
I liked playing pubs.
But
it's just it's I've done enough of it. I feel like it's like I've done it, and it's like you can't really invent too much in streaming Fortnite. It felt like I can make some really awesome content with VOD, like recording the video. I can make some really awesome stuff happen, but to do that for streaming, it's like if there wasn't like a Fortnite event or like a cool event that we were hosting, like we did like a Squid Games event. That was pretty cool. That was actually fun to host and do something cool there. But if there's not something cool happening, if I'm just playing pubs, I'm not interested in streaming.
Right.
Maybe a new update, but
and you know what's interesting about like people from that region too is that I felt like a lot of the content was pubs, which was also kind of out of the norm for like as far as the type of content that comes from where
from what you see. But pubs is huge. That's where all the views are.
Yeah, I know.
It's a common player.
Like that's like some of like the stuff where like you're like in a bubble. You know what I mean? Like you're not in a community bubble. Like when you're in competitive, bro. Like you think the thing that's funny to me about like players that play competitive in anything like Warzone, like Fortnite, is that they think that their like opinions really matter on Twitter and stuff, but in reality there's such a small percentage of like the overall community that like they can't get out of this bubble to see like the perspective of like the casual player, you know what I mean? And but aside from that, I wanted to go back to real quick to a question about the YouTube videos where Arab said that you stopped uploading as frequently, and you said that you just uploaded like Let's Plays and stuff like that. Do you think that the algorithm changing affected your upload frequency? You get what I mean? Because like when you upload like a let's play, you just play it and you upload like the 30-minute to an hour segment. You throw a thumbnail, but I don't think you can really do that anymore, can you?
I don't think you can. I think you got way too many people out here trying to be Mr. Beast that like
Exactly.
they're flooding the algorithm. I think it's really cool when you see people succeeding doing it though. I think I saw like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier is still doing it, and I was like, this is cool to see. Just genuine Let's Play, unedited, like it's dope. I'd love to do more of it and try it maybe on my second channel, but I do think it is kind of dead.
I think the reason we don't see that anymore is because we see that in stream, which is it's just more entertaining.
Yeah,
because you can interact.
Exactly. See, and that's the difference between like YouTube videos and streaming. Like for me, like I was in YouTube for a long time, and before I started streaming, and the one thing I always found really odd was that we have an audience, we have people that watch our stuff, but they kind of watch it after the fact, and you can't really ever interact with them on like a personal like minute by minute basis. And I thought that streaming is really cool because you literally can, and that's why I think that streaming is gonna literally be the future of all of this, because people love interacting with people, especially somebody that they may look up to or whatever, right? And on YouTube you don't get that same ability, like you comment on something, maybe they reply, maybe they don't. But in streaming, especially as like not a huge streamer, like you literally see what everyone says and you reply in like real time. And I think that advertisers too are going to start prioritizing live views, because you can't skip. Like on YouTube, if you make a YouTube video like, oh yo, this video is sponsored by whatever, like I can skip that. I can like fast forward 20 seconds, 30 seconds and get into the video. But live streaming, if I'm like, hey guys, today's stream is sponsored by this and that, like you can't avoid that. Like you can't fast forward, you know what I mean?
See, I found sponsored live streams an interesting concept, because it from when I've done them, it'll be like let's say a 2-hour stream. There may or may not be like a logo in the corner somewhere that signifies that it is a sponsored stream. But unless I'm talking about it, they don't know it. Because like sometimes they'll be like contracted like ad reads to do like every 15 minutes. But if you miss that ad read, then you're kind of not getting the value. I don't know. I think there's arguments for both, but you're right. You can't skip over them in a YouTube video. And I think the difference is making the advertisement good from the creator side, where you don't skip it. And I think a key part of that is not dragging it on too long. Like a lot of advertising companies will be like, hey, we need a 90-second pre-intro. And it's like, well, no, you're going to kill my AVD.
And you're not going to get
skipped.
Yeah,
and you're not going to, people are just going to skip it. And it's like, that's why you got to do these like Mr. Beast kind of inclusions where it's part of the content. You got Brawl Stars in the back while you're doing a Squid Games. You got like, it needs to be authentically woven into the content. Otherwise, if it's just plussed on in the end, it's like, it's not effective. Like it's not good. So I think that's the tricky part.
I think that as far as like streaming too, is like as like an additive too, as well as like the streamer talking about it, is like when you're a viewer, you're in chat and you're like really focused on like the streamer as well, but you like participate in chat. And I think having like a chat command that like tells them about what the sponsor is, like I think that helps a little bit too. But I see your point. I get what you mean. Like if you miss it and you aren't there, like you'll never see it,
Yeah, apart from the logo on the screen, if it's even there sometimes.
Yeah.